Let's talk a little bit about when probate is required. Probate is a court process that is used to pass assets that are titled to your name to your heirs when you die. During probate, the court supervises a number of different legal actions, all of which are aimed at finalizing your affairs. Probate typically consists of the following processes: determining the validity of your will if you have one, appointing an executor or an administrator to manage the probate process, locating and valuing all of your assets, notifying and paying your creditors, filing and paying your taxes, and finally distributing your assets to the appropriate beneficiaries. Going through these steps takes a significant amount of time. In California right now, probate are sometimes taking up to 2 years. And during that time, your assets can be locked away and not available necessarily to the folks that are inheriting from you. Also, probate is a very public process. And so anybody can go to the courthouse and see what your heirs are receiving and when. So when is probate required? Probate is required if you pass away without having a will, meaning that you have no estate plan in place. But also, and something that most people don't realize, is that probate is also required if you pass away with a will, but without a trust. If you die without a will, it's called dying intestate. That means that you died without any directions on where your assets should go. When someone dies intestate, their assets are distributed to their closest living relative. It's also important to know, though, that even if you have a will picking who will receive your assets are still going to go through probate if you don't have a living trust in place, because a will does not avoid probate. A will just tells the court during probate where you want your assets to go. The other way that you end up in probate is if you do have a fully functioning estate plan, including a living trust, but that fails for some reason. If your will or your trust fails, you'll end up in probate as well. So those are the 3 times that probate is required: when you pass away without a will, when you pass away with only a will, or when you pass away with an estate plan that fails because it wasn't prepared properly or perhaps wasn't updated to reflect your current circumstances. If you're interested in talking about estate planning as a means of avoiding probate, I'm always happy to do that. Please give me a call.